everybody, meteorologist Liz McGiffin here, and today I want to talk to you about the power of pressure. So what you need for this is going to be a candle, something to light the candle with here in a minute, some water, a plate. I went ahead and just grabbed a dinner size plate, and a glass container that you can see through, whether that be a cup or a jar. It's also important to make sure that no matter the size or the way it's shaped, that it can fit on top of the candle. And that's gonna be important here in a minute. First thing that I'm gonna have you do is take your candle. You just need a small candle for this. Set it right in the middle of the plate. Now, if you have a candle that can't stand up on its own, it's pretty easy to fix that. Take some clay or something, put it in the middle, because you do want that candle to be able to be freestanding. Next thing that you need to do is take your water, and something optional that I'm gonna do here so that we can see the water better during the experiment is add just a couple drops of food coloring in there as well. Whether you're using a little water bottle like this or a cup, if you want to add the food coloring, give it a nice little stir, and then carefully add the water onto the plate. You don't need to fill the plate so it's overflowing, but just make sure that you have plenty of water so that the plate's nice and covered for this experiment. For me, a dinner size plate means a little over half of a whole bottle of water. And while that's sitting there and getting all settled, just light your candle. And this is again why it's important to make sure that your candle can be freestanding. No matter the size of it or the color of the candle, it just has to be able to stand up on its own. Next thing that you need to do is take your clear glass jar. Again, it can be any shape, any size, as long as it fits right on top, because now we're going to put it on top of the candle. Make sure it sinks all the way down to the bottom. We're going to let that sit and just watch and wait and see what happens. You'll notice that what's going on with this is that, well, the heat from the candle, it is now completely contained within the jar. Now that the candle's gone out though, a big change is happening. We are literally sucking in all of that water that was on the plate inside of the jar. And the big reason for that is that we've been able to contain an area of lower pressure. Now this is something that we see in our atmosphere all of the time, whether it's a general thunderstorm or a hurricane. The way that the air flows is from high pressure toward low pressure. In this experiment, the way that we created that lower pressure was actually all linked to that candle light going out. When we lit the candle, it instantly created the heat. And like we were talking about, we were able to contain the heat within the jar. Now, after the candle went out, that's when we cooled down the temperature rapidly, which in turn lowered the pressure. And since the air flows from high pressure to low pressure, the higher pressure on the outside of the plate literally pushed the water inside of the jar. And this is important because especially as we head toward those bigger storms or the hurricanes, as we see a deepening in the pressure, the storm becomes stronger and stronger because it's literally drawing in the things that it needs, like that warm ocean water, in order to keep going.